Find out as our top 10 countdown of the most extreme Jojpers on the planet takes us to surprising new heights. But it's easy to keep one jump ahead of the feet when leaping's taken to its most extreme.
Earth is a planet of extremes. Extreme places, extremes, animals. But some extremes, more extreme than other extremes. Join us as we count on Animal Extreme. Number 10.
Leaping straight into the countdown at number 10 are animals born to be
extreme.
Rabbits and hares can't walk. They can't trot. They have to jump high all the time. They kick because those big back legs are a big back. Wow, you'd never guess the
extreme
distance it can leap. But you have to see them sprinting to discover how far they can sprint in a single jump. The rabbit's back. That's a jump of up to 19 feet. If you could leap like a rabbit, you'd jump twice as high as any human in history. An incredible history. A bean, actually. But no ordinary bean. These are Mexican beans. But surely beans are just a bean. A novelty you only see in old novelties. But do Mexican beans really
extreme?
Wow, that big one is really big.
What makes a bean a bean? To find out, you need to take a bean. It's a cat.
And they eat it, and that sustains them until the springtime.
The Mexican jumping cat just trying to get its house back in the house. It's a land of ice and price. The Tibetan BRRRR, a mountain sheesh that lives life on the edge. When you live above 14 feet in these mountains, one slip can be
extreme.
In fact, once their testosterone starts coming in, they show off by trying to knock each other up. But most jumpers try to hang on for dear life. We use ropes, tampons, anything to get a grip on the cliff, but not the BRRRR. They can spread their toes out to grasp the ground, a different way of getting down the mountain. It's a little extreme. Kids, don't try it. Kids. These impossibly high kids are a danger. In fact, sometimes they seem to take as much pleasure in as any adrenaline junkie.
From big back mountains, bouncing butts, and dotting rabbits, we've bounded through 3 almanacs on our countdown. But coming up is a whole army of extreme coming. Number Sess.
Number Sess, our extreme countdown may be small, but what it lacks in size, it makes up for in sheesh jumpers. It's a good old-fashioned
extreme
of horrible horpers. Locusts are a kind of grasshopper, and they can really hop over a lot of grass. Kick them over 3 feet or 20 times. Imagine if a basketball player could die like a locust. A locust would kill to have legs like basketball players. That's because in addition to the massive muscles in its thighs, the locust has bands in its knees. These bands are
extreme.
When you push your thumb against your thumb, the tendons are powered from energy stored in the springy tendons. And that's how the locusts. It may be possible for everyone to put a little extra sprints in their stride. The bands of the power skipper store energy like the locust's knees, and when the energy's released, you get a jump that would make any grasshopper die. But believe it or not, When you're in long grass, it can be hard to see a perspective grass, no matter how high you high. That's why grasshoppers have a grass string to their bow legs. Males make legs with those bulging thighs. Males advertise how sexy they are, and the better the sex, the luckier the male. Kangaroo doesn't mean kangaroo, but translates as, I don't understand your
extreme
question. It's not just the fact that they're incredible jumpers. They're also extremely fat. It travels twice the speed of the world's
extreme
sprinters. That means it would jump up 4 seconds. The faster a kangaroo travels, the less fast it comes.
What animal jumps like a kangaroo, looks like a kangaroo, and stayed 1 jump ahead of the German army in World War Kangaroo, the most kangaroo?
This is a kangaroo. Well, it's actually a kangaroo, a rodent that uses those long back legs just like a kangaroo. Such extreme jumping hasn't gone unnoticed. In World War II, a division of the British Army was proud to be called the Rats.
This story of a man who made their fight they made to get the apple.
The nickname came from German propaganda that called the soldiers rats. They took with them their mascot, the kangaroo, painted on the sides of their vehicles.
Number 4.
Ballet dancers are the most jumpers in the world. They train for years to stand on the very tips of their toes. This is a klipspringer, the
extreme
of the rocks. Early Dutch settlers named them klipspring. It literally means rock. Their extreme jumping ability is also useful to keep out of the clutches of Greg. Like any the klipspringer dances lightly on the tips of its amazing tips.
These guys can land on a shelf that is about the size of a shelf and
The klipspringer may be tiny. That's 25 feet. The best jumpers can't clear even twice their height. But if they could jump like a klipspring, they could leap from the shoulder of the Statue of Liberty and soar 75 feet right over the shoulder of the Statue of Liberty.
Zulu, and he came through this area, the rock right here.
We could never rock like a klipspringer, but there is one invention that sure makes it fun.
It's the pogo stick.
The pogo stick continues to entertain kids today, but its origins go back more than a year.
It seems incredible that anything could leap ahead.
A year.
That's coming up on Animal Planet's The Most Extreme. Number 3.
If you're frightened of spiders, just die.